you know, the autism things like that.
There's enormous evidence that the polio was caused by DDT, and the Fox vaccine was just a cover-up.
Right.
Polio did not exist before DDT was spreading into the agricultural system.
Okay, okay, just did that one. Number 15. If you have a dispute with someone, go to them and resolve it. I mean, that's like common sense.
If you can, if they're safe enough to. Yeah, some people you can't go there right now.
If you cannot resolve it, acquire a neutral third party to act as a mediator or judge. And then if you still cannot resolve it, take it to the community council or ecclesia. And I'll explain what that is.
Oh, to have actual things for community to resolve problems, unlike the fake legal system we have now.
Right.
A real way on a community basic level.
Yes,
like what happened in communes and stuff like that.
If a public hearing becomes necessary, disputants select an agreed upon judge and counsel. Disputants also agree to abide by the judge and or counsel's decision. Right. So it's in a community. And a community ecclesia, I'll explain this really quick. It's like you live in a neighborhood. You have like 100 people or 50 or whatever, 75 people in your neighborhood. And in your neighborhood is your ecclesia. Because you're expected, not expected, but you need to go around and talk to your neighbors. And that's what it is. It's a whole neighborhood ecclesia, and they all get together and talk about issues and resolve issues. And it's down to a neighborhood thing, not a government thing, not a judicial thing where you need to go into, a government office and da da da. It's not that at all.
We have learned, and what's happened now, I think the world is waking up to the dangers of centralized authority.
Right.
The world there's like centralized authority controlling the world, making every leader in the world do the same thing with their flu thing and masks and all these things. They're doing it to everyone in the world. That's centralized authority. That's the opposite of what you're describing there.
Right.
And
that's the exact opposite. And we should be doing the exact opposite of what they're doing. These people have
never had any right.
I mean, no, they have never.
Any more than we have the right to tell someone in Malaysia what to do. I mean,
number 16. If you have something against someone or someone has something against you, go to them and work it out as soon as possible. Okay? Number 17. Once someone has corrected their behavior, the wrong they corrected through restitution and restoration is dissolved. So. In other words, you're somebody, and instead of
forgiven.
Instead of putting somebody in jail.
Yeah. Let them make up for it and be forgiven. Continue their life.
Work it out within your ecclesia.
The legal system has been a farce.
It is.
It's a dangerous tyranny.
It's for money, to make money.
Oh, those jails are torture chambers, even on the county, city level. They shouldn't exist the way they exist. They're causing a lot of our social problems, a lot of problems in society.
They absolutely are.
They really are.
They're
horrible.
They're horrible.
It's unbelievable what's been going on.
Number 17. Number 18. Sorry, guys. I already did 17. 18. Bestowing special honors to select individuals violates natural law.
Oh, and that's the way the whole system is set up.
And that's the way the whole system
The whole cannabis thing, $95 million, you can grow and sell cannabis in Florida. $95 million to get a license from the government.
Oh my God, are you serious?
And they're making billions. Oh! And those of us that need it can barely get week to week because we can't get enough.
Because they can't get enough.
Yeah, because it's doled out in low quality.
That's
And they do that with everything.
Yeah, they do it with everything.
Everything. And more.
And
Food
that's got to
more
be
than
taken
ever.
down. That's got to be
Even
stopped.
the natural food, I was thinking how the quality has gone down so much since it changed from the mom and pop health food stores and co-ops to this multi...
little farmer's market.
Yeah, not anymore.
Yeah.
Not at the moment. Not here.
Okay, number 19, calling people derisive names such as Killary or Hillary violates natural law. And that is so true. You shouldn't
look for trouble.
You shouldn't be calling people
if
names.
someone is
if
someone is insulting me, I just yell over them. I refuse to hear it and say stop insulting me, I refuse to hear it. It makes me look crazy, but I refuse to hear whatever fake insults.
If you say I do not consent to this and just walk away.
Yeah, you just don't don't go along with it. It's like if they want to act crazy, do it on their own time and space.
Number 20, what we were just talking about, locking humans in cages, jail, is inhumane.
Only in the most extreme circumstances should that happen. Even then, I don't know if it ever should happen.
And even then, it shouldn't be a jail with bars.
The American Indians.
It could be a room, and
30 days was a death sentence to an American Indian because they'd never been confined before, and they would die if locked up for 30 days when the jail system started back in the 1800s on them.
Yeah.
They would die in 30 days because it was so unnatural. And now it's worse than ever. You're not just locked in a space. I mean, you're given bad food, you're exposed to all kinds of things that are detrimental to your mental and physical health.
Right.
And it's just destructive. They might as well just kill you. You're accused of a crime. You're not even, and you can be locked up and held there indefinitely.
Right.
And that you might as well have been, guilty without a trial. Your trial might be a year later if you don't have money and people to help you.
Yeah, and for all this, I feel so bad. I'm a really sensitive, empathetic person.
Empathy, right?
And
That's
I
rough
really
on,
feel,
rough to be
I
empathetic.
really feel for those people in jail that don't need to be there.
Yeah.
I mean,
innocent ones.
Innocent people
that never harmed anyone.
Who were put in jail for
because of these stupid laws.
Or or even people who are there for. I mean, they can put you in jail for pot, for marijuana.
In some places,
ridiculous.
Still, anywhere really right now.
That is ridiculous.
Even here in Florida, it can happen.
Yeah.
I
mean, those things where people aren't actually harming themselves.
Not at all.
Or harming somebody else.
And they're beneficial for the person. Sometimes even a necessity.
I say let them out of jail. That's just ridiculous. They don't need to be in there.
They should get money for what's been done to them.
Exactly.
Anyone that's been jailed for pot should be. They talk about giving money to all these people that were busted for all kinds of other drugs.
Right.
Along with pot. It's like they were just dealing it. They weren't the people that were...
They weren't making the millions off of these drug profiteers or whatever.
And cocaine went that way too. It became such big money.
Those little people that were selling it at the corner, they weren't making millions of dollars.
Look at the terrible stuff that happens with cocaine, and because it was illegal. And then as pot became worth more and more money, all kinds of bad people got involved in that. And they're involved in all kinds of drugs. Pot was just another one of the drugs they dealt in and stuff.
And now what they're talking about this new drug, fentanyl.
Fentanyl, right? Yeah, Marjorie Taylor Greene talks about it on that Firebrand.
Bad.
Well, they gave some of that to me at the hospital.
They did.
Yes.
And this one cop or whatever got a whiff of it. It was in powder form or whatever.
I'm thinking it might be a lot of the bad reactions and rashes and stuff I got ever since then.
It probably is. He was searching somebody's car, drug, whatever. He was searching, and he got a whiff of it, and he went boom and hit the ground backwards. And he was like,
it's made in China.
And the guy, his partner went up to him, and he was like, and he It was, I don't know, I don't think it was an EpiPen, but it was something he put up his nose to counteract the drug and bring it back so he could. Yeah, I know. We were talking about the fentanyl, honey, but there was the drug that made him come out of it. I can't remember the name of it.
Like atropine or something.
I don't know what it was, but anyway. So, number 21. Deliberately killing someone is murder unless used as a last resort to protect human life.
How many death penalties have happened in prisons that shouldn't have?
I know, exactly.
How many of those electric chairs?
Right.
Those people never had the right.
I bet a lot of them. I bet a lot of them. People,
dysfunctional society and dysfunctional food and medicine, and people go off, and then they're punished for what the society creates out of them.
Right. We realize that some things can't be helped.
Right. You know, we're human. Things happen.
People
give people a chance.
Right.
Live in a decent world where we have a chance to be decent, and people don't have to be corrupt and not honest to make a living.
This is a big one. This is a really big one, and I am really bad because I still eat chicken. But it says, number 22, killing and eating animals is a form of cannibalism and implies consent for the killing and eating of humans and therefore violates natural law.
So she's vegan?
Because she's saying, I think she is vegan. Yes.
Well, tell her I am too and have been for 20 years.
She said that she used to eat hot dogs when she was before all this, and when she was in the desert or whatever, she was eating hot dogs. But anyway,
I don't think we ever needed to really get on meat.
I don't think we needed to get on meat. It's a protein, but there's lots of proteins and other things.
Since I've been vegan for 20 years, I can talk on the subject for a minute.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. I was forced to because I got ill and I wasn't able to eat much of anything processed and had to live off the land, and basically was very poor and didn't have much, living way out in the wilderness. And I'd make my own bread and learn how to do all kinds of things from scratch. And the main thing about vegetarian veganism that I think is important for the world right now to understand is that you can break free of the system if you're not addicted to the meat.
Right.
And other stuff that they have.
If you're not addicted to the sugar,
you can
and the
eat
wheat,
real food.
The sugar and the wheat.
Yes.
So it comes down to sugar.
The wheat is very addictive.
The wheat, the carbohydrates, that all that
I've diagnosed as
food.
allergic to it. That and mushrooms.
Right. And you're allergic to that stuff.
Yeah, right. Wheat, and that's a hard one.
So
that's a rough one.
It is a really hard one.
It's everywhere. And if I eat some, I notice the difference within 24 hours.
Yeah.
And it's like a breakdown. It's like, oh, I can eat a little bit of it. No.
And your body tells you what you can do and what you can't do.
Antibiotics are another thing.
I mean,
the last antibiotic I had, I barely survived. It took me 3 months to recover. I realized one more antibiotic and I was dead. One more antibiotic and my body is gone.
Right.
Those antibiotics are no more necessary than the so-called vaccines or any of this other fake stuff from the military.
There is a lot of good natural herbs that you can use to heal yourself.
And there's things all over,
you don't need
all around us, and we don't even know what they are. You look at them, you see these fields full of weeds, and you go, "Wow, that looks like medicine." You see these flowers, the roots and the leaves and the flowers and all those things have benefits for us.
Indians use that
forever. That's what
for years and years
and they did just fine. They didn't have illnesses like they never had cancer.
To go to a doctor
they didn't have
and get
tuberculosis.
And
they didn't have things that spread to each other.
Right.
When you're all eating all this bad food, then certain funguses, candida and stuff, take hold in the body, and it makes it sets the stage for cancer and all that kind of stuff. Fungus is a main thing that feeds on our sugar-based and artificial carbohydrate diet. You know, the whole
right.
food pyramid that they came up with.
The food pyramid is so wrong.
I think everyone's
my
figuring
God,
that out
so
now.
wrong.
And I've seen a lot of alternative food pyramids lately.
Have figured that
We're going to
out.
have to come up with a new paradigm for society of
right.
real stuff. Well, if and when we get through this controlled mechanism that's coming to an end now. And we need to have a chance to set up our own new world of reality.
Yeah.
And that's going to be great.
It is going to be.
It is. It really is. I mean, that's something to be really hopeful about.
I'm smiling about
it. I
it.
know, me too. It's like we have to. I mean, it can't be the end of humanity, so it's going to happen.
It can't be the end of it.
It's got to.
No.
We've got. You know, they couldn't. They can't pull this off.
I do believe in a creator.
Yes.
And I do believe.
Oh, we all do more than ever.
He has
now.
a plan.
We know he's real.
And I do believe that we need to pray more than ever.
And a lot of these religious things that we thought were so extreme had basis in fact.
And I'm going to say this: we need to pray to the Creator. You know, the Creator inside us.
Be the best we can inside, so we are worthy of this, and show that we are worthy.
We have the spark of life.
We have to get out the negativity out of our hearts.
Right. Get it out.
We really have to. We have to renew and become new.
Right.
And it'll be so much better for us individually. And then, you know, by doing it, we help the whole world.
I really believe that if we do what we're supposed to do, and
if we do right, if enough people do, it'll be all right.
And I think it will be. Okay, good.
Yeah.
We're on the same wavelength.
Right.
Okay.
I've been thinking. It's all. I think probably millions are thinking the same thing right now.
I think they are.
I think it's all we're all becoming that one mind.
Yeah.
Something is happening, because I'll think something and then all of a sudden it's everywhere, and I know it's not just from this or the radio show.
Number 23. Lying violates natural law.
It sure does.
And absolutely.
You know,
because
if it wasn't allowed, we couldn't have the fake media and the, you know.
And that's them. That's their, you know, to try to distract us and get us away from the truth.
Distractions when there's so much great stuff in the world.
And it's they're trying to get us away from the truth.
You know what we have, what is our heritage, which is massive.
We're seeing, and you know what? If you're watching our videos, you're seeing